Today we are going to do a move-in cleaning walkthrough. A little bit of an explanation of what a move-in cleaning entails. So a lot of people don't realize, that it's a lot harder than a regular cleaning or even an initial cleaning. Move-in cleanings are where the house has to look absolutely perfect for the next person or for the person that is moving in, because nobody wants to have leftovers of the previous people living here. You want the house to feel like it's brand new. And for example, this is a perfect example of a house that, relatively it looks clean. You see these blinds, they don't look dirty. They don't look dirty to me. Do they look dirty on the camera? Absolutely not. But when you get close to them and actually touch them, you do feel a little bit of dust. Just because they look clean from far away doesn't mean that they actually are clean. Look at this. You can see by the light, you can see there's a little bit of dust left behind there. It's a lot visible in the naked eye, but there is dust here. So I still have to go through the entire thing as if it was, and especially some of this dust is like a little sticky, since I have to go with the wet towel. I'll go a couple times. So it still takes about the same amount of time than just any regular cleaning. It definitely doesn't take as long as it would take if the blinds were absolutely terribly dirty. It's not going to take as long. That's good. But it still doesn't mean that I still don't have to go and do the whole procedure. It's like going through the whole thing, covering the whole thing, wiping down the whole thing. So for example, this bathroom. If you look at it at first glance, it looks clean. Cabinets look white. Toilet looks okay. Shower looks fine. Looks like, somebody already cleaned it, right? I don't even need to do much. People always tell me. They always tell me this is really clean. It's just like a quick, pass, a quick disinfecting, a quick whatever. But that's not true. That's not, what I do as a professional cleaner. I get really close and I clean things from this distance, and I get to see the residue, and I get to tell this little thing that doesn't seem like all that much to some people. It's actually the type of residue that takes a very long time to scrub. It's not a wipe down. I can 100% guarantee you it's not a wipe down. It's an actual scrubbing and detailing. It's making sure that it all comes out. It's making sure that all the stickiness, it gets thoroughly removed. These light switches, look at them. They're so dirty. They're so dirty. This is things that people on most regular cleans don't pay attention to. They think it's no big deal. Who's gonna clean them? If it's no big deal. They're not gonna clean on their own. And then on the shower, for example, there's a little bit of a dark layer, so it's gonna be a tiny bit of scrubbing. Depending on our time, sometimes I'll leave these little details to a second cleaning or the following service. But for example, look at this. There's dust up here. The glass, thank God, is cool. I'm just gonna need a quick spray, but I still have to cover the whole glass because I see some streaks and stuff. I can't really tell on the camera. There's a couple of there was steam, residue there. So I still have to go through the whole thing. And let's see down here to see if anybody covered the bottom part. Let me see. Yep, there is residue here. People always forget about this thing. And look at this. These are things that I notice when I'm cleaning. And honestly, I want to just pretend I didn't see them, but I can't. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to leave, I wouldn't call myself a professional cleaner if I just ignore things like that. And you can't really tell on the camera. Unfortunately, it looks kind of lighter on the camera, but in person, the bottom of the shower looks kind of stained in a way. I can still see there's residue left behind from the soap scum. So I will still have to pass that. And there's some lines right here. So all those things, I still have to go through the whole thing. I still have to go through the entire thing. So that still takes almost as long as any kind of cleaning. And when there's residue like this, it takes even longer. I always like to detail this part of here because there's always look at this. Look at this. People don't notice that. Is that clean? That's not clean to me. So now look at this cabinet, right? How far away it looks white, looks perfect. But when you get closer, when you do a close-up, you notice these little things. Actually, because of the light here, it's really hard to tell. But on the naked eye, you can see it. People can see it. So if I was to pay a company clean, to clean my bathroom, and they just like wipe it down. This is like a quick wipe down when it comes to like get rid of this. They just wipe it down and then they leave it like this, leave things like this. Like they did a sloppy job. They didn't even care for cleaning it good. Look at these things, and then look at the bottom part. Most people or most, untrained cleaners always forget about these things. Parts. This is also visible. It's not like not visible at all. Like I can see it when I'm walking by, when I stand up. So why ignore it? Why not going? You have to go thoroughly with things. You have to open things, get the inside of things. Like all these little details like matter, and they do take time. So now we move on to the kitchen. The kitchen looks fine. I was like, for a second, I was happy, like, oh my God, the kitchen is not gonna take a long time. But then I start seeing the drawers, a couple drawers. And if I see things like this on a few of the drawers, I'm like, oh my God, what else am I gonna find? There's so many drawers, and each one of them, they're gonna have that little something that I have to make sure I cover it and check really, really good. But the cabinets are pretty good for the most part. Like they I feel like they pre-cleaned this place. They obviously didn't do a great job, but it removed like the first layer of, everything, and just left like the little stuff. So I just need to kind of go through the little stuff. And the oven, surprisingly, looks okay, except that it has this. I still have to scrub it. Like this is not a wipe down. And I don't even know if I'm gonna have time to detail it today, but I'm definitely gonna clean it. But cleaning an oven requires scrubbing. It's never a wipe down when it comes to an oven. So this, and then like for example, people clean ovens and clean stoves, and I think that this is it, but they always forget little things like this. And what's even worse, like, oh, this is disgusting. Like, why would you not clean this? And what's even worse is that they always forget the bottom part, which is the most important. What goes from the from the stove to the ceiling, it just all gets all this, the food that, what is it called? Starts like, I forgot the word, but just the food that gets, all over the place, and it definitely backsplashes over here. And look at all this food. This is like, I've seen a lot worse, to be honest, but obviously this was completely forgotten and neglected. So, and then all these little, the stove thingies, you have to take them out, scrub them really good. You'd be surprised how long each one of these little things takes to clean. It's really annoying. It's like, are you serious? Like, why is it taking so long? I don't know why. It's maybe because people forget to scrub them really good, so the rest of it becomes tougher. I don't know. But, and then we have this refrigerator. Like, oh my God, I don't understand why people just neglect the hard water on plastic and just leave it there. Eventually it starts eating the plastic. And then, people never, ever think they need to clean their fridge. It's sad. But it's like, this is where your food lives. Like, why would you have your refrigerator like this? Hiring professional cleaning services to take care of these annoying types of tasks, but, highly important, necessary, maintenance for your home. Such an important investment for your home, and people just bypass it. Like, it's like, no, it's not that important. I'd rather just spend $200 at dinner at, I don't know, Outback or whatever. Like, people prefer to go out and spend money on food that is literally a lot easier and more fun to do than cleaning your entire house. But they will, God forbid, they spend $200 to $300 every few months on an actual professional cleaning. So again, the footer of the kitchen, always neglected. Behind the trash can, I'm sure this is where they have their trash can, always neglected, as well as always dirty. Like, why would you just let your house get to this point where like, it's unreversible? Like the stain, sometimes it just never goes back. You have to repaint it. Like, why waiting until you actually moving out of your house for you to actually realize that you actually have to clean it really, really good for the next person? And why not just do it way before that, so you can actually enjoy living in a nicely clean home, and it will be much less. You're obviously gonna spend all this money all at once because it's all the cleanings you didn't do throughout the years, instead of doing, spending them progressively. So yeah, thankfully this bathroom was left in actually really good condition. There's the rest you take care of the shower, which is usually what takes the longest. It's just gonna need maybe like a wipe down to make sure that there's no residue left behind. So it's effective, get a fresh touch. You know, just the little drops here and there, and then maybe put some attention on these blinds that they were like, I think understand they were clean really quick, but not very thoroughly. So we're just gonna touch up with a wet towel to get all the little stuck dirt onto them. Get the windowsills really good. As you can see. Okay, no, they're not too bad, but they do need some attention, and the frames as well. And the bathroom looks good, just a really good thorough touch up on all the white cabinets. The bottom part looks fine, and then obviously like the inside. Yeah, just like the little corners. Just don't forget about the edges and stuff. Okay, so yeah, it looks good. All the lights need cleaning, definitely. They were not done right. And oh yeah, people always forget to clean the side of here. And this is the bathroom is doing. Not bad. Let's see. Okay, this is not too bad. All right, so this is gonna be easy. So good, but that's like I said, that doesn't mean that we don't have to go through the entire thing. We still have to cover everything, so that takes, you know. Well, it's easier to estimate how long the job is gonna take. What is really hard to estimate is when there's so much residue and you just have no idea how long it's going to take. Unfortunately, I didn't include any recordings of how we actually did the detailing or the cleaning of the stove and the microwave because we were really short on time. We had to finish the job in very restricted timing. It is a job, so I do try to take care of the customer's budget and focus on making sure we spend most of the time cleaning. It took a couple minutes to shoot a few shots just to show this. This is one of my favorite brushes. I'm going to talk all about it on another video, and we're going to show a lot of kitchen cleaning and detailing and everything on other videos. This one is just more a demo of what a move-in cleaning entails and why it's important to have realistic expectations when it comes to a thorough cleaning, even if it's a move-in or a move-out. Although, you know, most people I know, most of my customers truly believe that a move-in or move-out cleaning by default has to take less time than a regular cleaning or than any thorough cleaning because of the simple fact that it doesn't have furniture. But that is completely false, and I feel like this video clearly points that out. As you can see, all this hidden residue, all these areas that we have to target that we can now see because there's no items blocking it, versus when it's a regular cleaning, many times, you know, yes, you want to get through everything, you want to get as much residue as possible, and you want to pretty much cover most corners. There's always going to be residue that is hidden behind certain items, furniture, etc. And in reality, many times you either cannot get to it unless you move all the stuff out, or you can probably get it progressively with other recurring cleanings. But definitely when you're doing a move in or move out, this is the cleaning that you have to make sure the house looks like new. You have to make sure that there's no leftover residue and no leftover evidence of other people living in that house, because nobody wants to start fresh in a brand new house and notice little residue or crumbs or grimy things from the previous people that lived there, because that could be pretty gross for most people. Therefore, move-in and move-out cleanings are very crucial, and they do take some time. And if the person has a budget, yes, we respect that budget, and we do as much as we can within that budget, pretty much helping the customer getting rid of all the harder things. But that doesn't mean that we're going to get to everything. Sometimes there's going to be things that are going to be maybe not done thoroughly, or maybe a couple of residue, a little bit of residue left that we couldn't get to it. But that means that the customer is just going to have to deal with whatever was left, and that we just took care of most of the work, most of the heavy work, so that they can just do the final little touches. Right, now we're going to do final walkthrough really quick because we're already running out of time, but waiting for me. I'm just going to show you really quick how we left the bathroom. right, check out the kitchen. So now I went very thoroughly on the windows, make sure that nothing was left. And on the frames especially, should look nice and clean. The detailing around the sink. Faucet, we left this soaking because it has so much hard water from probably a lot of years of buildup. And I did a good detailing of the stove, and also was on the side. I guess already it's been there for too long, so it's already stained and damaged. Maybe the old stove as well, so it's so much good to come out. But definitely got rid of all the grease and nastiness from under here. And on the edges as well. See, what a difference. And the thing about this is that when people neglect the residue on their surfaces and they think it's no big deal, because what happens, the residue starts eating up the actual coating of things in your home, coating of stuff like coating of cabinets, of counters, etc., and definitely coating of the glazing of the sink as well as this coating. So the grease came off, but it came off with it literally came off with the coating, the glazing of the microwave. It's just been there, being burning and eating it for so many years that it just became part of it, and it just came off with it, sadly. But I don't know, I'd rather have a chipped off microwave than a dirty microwave. So we gotta touch up all the cabinets, make sure they have no residue left behind. Cover top to bottom. So I did these drawers. Some of them are still on the outside, but I made sure that they were nicely detailed on the outside. There was nothing left. And I even like to scrub around this area and everything. And I always like to clean this area. Oh my god. This was, I don't know what, it's kind of like a glue that was left behind there from, I don't know what. So I had to clean the bottom part of this foot space always has a lot of backsplash. Oh, and the back of the side where this trash can goes. Fortunately, there was a little bit of a shadow stain right there that just wouldn't come off. And what else? Fridge, I was able to remove a lot of this part. I'll probably come up with more with future cleanings. Unfortunately, we ran out of time right now. But if they have us come back, we'll be happy to keep going with the residue. And I left the other one soaking in the sink, as you can see. But we took care of all the slits, everything. Detail the refrigerator really, really good. It took a while. It took 3 people, I don't know, 45 minutes or something. Or maybe less, but it was 3 of us going on full power on this. And then the fridge, I always take care of all the details, all the slits. I never like to neglect any aspect of these things. You have to take them all apart and wash them really, really good on the sink. in the bottom part as well. I always brush it, wipe it off really good. All those little things are important.